PLG Politics, Leadership and Governance show is currently on air. My name is Rida Chebet Karing, and you can follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TVKE. You can also send your message, your feedback or your question on 0746 999 841. Of course, I'm not alone in studio. I'm joined by Bushebi Jr., a political analyst. Welcome to the show, Bushebi Jr.
Thank you very much, Rida Kiring Chebet. I'm glad to be here. And how are you viewers? Hope your life is going on well. Yes.
Yeah, so here in PLG, we talk about the current politics of the country. We analyze and also we speculate on what to expect, because you know that we have a political analyst who can predict what the future holds. So currently the talk of the nation is the deputy slot. That is the running mate slot for the presidential candidates. And the talk of the nation currently is Azimio's running mate, who will deputize Raila Amolo Odinga. And as usual, we've seen Kalonzo Musyoka ameleta conversation mpya zaidi. Kitambo alikuwa amesema that he doesn't care of which position he will get in Azimio la Umoja. Hata asipopewa deputy, he's still in Azimio. But then things have changed. Even currently, the Wiper leaders, those allied to Wiper party, have suspended Azimio campaigns, saying that no Kalonzo, no Raila presidency. Just to start us off, can you paint the picture of this deputy discussion?
The deputy discussion is, I remember when we used to have this discussion before, I was talking about the chronology of politics in Kenya. We came from, politics of numbers. I told you the ultimate politics that we are going to do is the politics of power.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. We are in the politics of power, and then after that we elect who comes into power. And right now, the power itself is in the what the deputy president running mate, can deliver to the president aspirant. Personally, I do believe it's a choice of the presidential aspirant it is choice or her choice at the end of the day to decide who will deputize him or her. But right now we only have two horses. I know Wajakoya is also somewhere around. I don't know if he has chosen
also Paul Kigame is there.
Yeah, there's Kigame there. I don't know why people are not talking about the running mate of the singer Paul Kigame. There's Kukubo.
Yes.
Yeah, Kukubo also has not named his running mate. Who else? There's Jimmy Wanjigi.
But Wajakoya named his candidate,
yes,
running mate, and she's a woman, a lady.
Good enough. But the point I'm trying to make is it's a choice of the presidential aspirant himself to actually make that choice. And we are seeing two different processes taking place, because we are just talking about Kenya Kwanza, and we are talking about the Azimio One Kenya coalition. Those are the two horses that we are talking about right now. And the conversation has not just been on Azimio One Kenya coalition. It has also been about the Kenya Kwanza. When you look at the two outfits, you'll realize that there are two ways that they are trying to do it.
Yeah.
Kenya Kwanza is so quiet and the card is so hidden. You don't even know what's going on. Then we have this other side, Azimio One Kenya, that is so loud and so public. Every time there's a press conference about the deputy president, every time there's a press conference, Kalonzo is talking, Junet is talking, Raila Odinga is talking. Everyone is just talking about, who's gonna be who's gonna deputize Raila Odinga. But when you go to the Kenya Kwanza team, as much as in that conversation is trying to be pushed, it's being killed all the time. So it's a secret card. They don't want to tell people like, hey, this is how we are going to select our running mate. It is so hidden that we don't even know who's going to select that running mate. Is it William Ruto himself, or there's a panel also? Just because Raila Odinga has chosen a panel and made it public, Deputy President William Ruto could be having a panel that is just so secret, you know, like that is the thing.
Yeah.
So what we are looking at is that one team has made public its process of choosing a deputy president for the presidential aspirant. The other team has hidden its card. Everything is secret. You don't even know what's going on. And so to answer your question, it is because Azimio One Kenya coalition has made public its process of selecting the deputy president aspirant for Raila Odinga. While Kenya Kwanza, the conversation is being killed all the time because it's a secret card. They have not disclosed the process. We don't even know who is going to deputize Dr. Ruto. He has not talked about it. And so they have kept everyone guessing. You can hear, you know, Mount Kenya saying it's our slot. Then you'll hear Mdavadi, you know, Malala saying we are not coming back home without that slot. At some point he said that. And then, you know, the conversation is killed immediately. Yes, so answering your question, talking about you asked me about why the conversation about the Azimio side process of selecting the deputy president aspirant for Raila Odinga is the talk of the, you know, the whole nation, is because they have made their process public and created a conversation, something that is fodder. It is food for Kenya Kwanza to eat. And Kenya Kwanza, they are known to eat well whenever they find food. So they are actually capitalizing on that, and Kenyans are reading from both sides. Yes.
And talking about numbers, we have, for those who want to deputize Raila Amolo Odinga, we have Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka. Then in Mount Kenya region, we have four leaders who want to deputize Raila Amolo Odinga. We have Martha Karua, we have former Gatanga Member of Parliament Peter Kenneth. We also have Peter Munya, who is the CS. Between those, we also have outgoing Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho, who also want to deputize.
Did you mention Sabina Chege?
Sabina Chege, well, she's
also one of the
and also
aspirants.
Even Kitui Governor Charity Ngilu also wants to deputize Raila Amolo Odinga. Just mentioning those, the few leaders who want to deputize Raila Amolo Odinga, you say that it's about numbers. Who between these leaders do you think has numbers?
In my personal opinion and the way I see it, in terms of selecting the deputy president who is going to be your running mate, it's a question of how someone is going to complement your weakness. Okay?
Yeah.
So as a human being, as a leader, you are not 100%, you know, you don't have all the strength. You're not perfect. You have your weaknesses. Okay, that is why when we looked at the Ruto ticket, we know the weakness of Uhuru Kenyatta, and we know the weakness of William Ruto, and we also know their strengths. And actually, they complemented each other. Okay.
Yeah.
And when they started fighting, we've seen the weaknesses coming out so strongly. We've seen Deputy President William Ruto, not kind of a person who will take a blow just lying down. Okay, he'll come back fighting, and he'll fight his boss like he doesn't care. Okay, and then you'll see Uhuru Kenyatta also, you know, like sometimes he anakunja shati, anakunja ngumi, anasema unasikia kama unataka toka.
Yeah.
And so when you look at these guys, whenever they form a ticket of the aspirant, the main aspirant, and the running mate, it should be a question of how you complement each other. How are you going to share these responsibilities? Of course, we know that in Kenya and everywhere else, power cannot be shared. We can't share power. There must be someone at the top.
Yeah.
That is true. Hata kwa nyumba. Amwezi kuwa nyinyi wote ndio viongozi wa hiyo nyumba.
Really?
There must be somebody, and that is usually a man who is in charge of that house. And then somebody else, like maybe a wife, is a helper. Helping. So there are some responsibilities that the wife will take, and that the main responsibilities and how to control power and the direction of where the family and the house is going is vested on the husband or the father. Now, it's the same thing when you look at the Constitution of Kenya. Power belongs to the president. Everything stops at his desk. Okay?
Yeah.
But then the problem with our Constitution is that it doesn't state the responsibilities of the deputy president. Everything it says is just, the responsibilities that the president will assign. Okay? And it doesn't define. If it doesn't assign it, then you are just, you're just like an employee who shows up at work every day and you don't even know why you came to the office. Okay, there's no work for you to do. At the end of the day, you start hanging around or poisoning people around, you see, because you're idle. And an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Or you might start scheming on how to take over. Okay, so the Constitution of Kenya doesn't really define the responsibilities of the deputy president. You see, when Uhuru Kenyatta signed the order number 1, the act, when he stripped off deputy president all the responsibilities, that I think was in 2018. He stripped off all the responsibilities of the deputy president, gave it to Matiang'i and gave it to some other people. Okay, that simply tells you the Constitution hasn't defined exactly what the deputy president is supposed to do. And since then, William Ruto has been campaigning because he has no work to do. He has no work to do. And so whenever this is a lesson, okay? This is called character development in Kenyan language. It is character development. Hii serikali ya Uhuru na Ruto imepiga wa Kenya character development. And we need to take lessons from that. The next aspirant or the next deputy president should be somebody with defined roles. Okay?
Yes.
There should be an act, even signed by the president. These are the responsibilities A, B, C, D that the deputy president will do. So that we don't have a deputy president who is idle, stripped of all the responsibilities, left to run left, right, and center to try and find something to do in the country. Eventually, if it doesn't destroy you or doesn't destroy your legacy, I don't know what will happen. I mean, it becomes confusion. Okay? And so we need to take lessons from Uhuruto government because we don't want to see that kind of a scenario. So when Azimio One Kenya party are struggling to come up with a system where they can have a running mate for Raila Odinga, I want to believe this is what they're trying to correct. Okay? Yes. But you asked me about numbers. I was just trying to build that point. Yes, you asked me about numbers. Numbers, whenever you look at Kalonzo Musyoka, Kalonzo Musyoka is a, Kamba kingpin. And he commands almost like 3 to 4 million votes, of which whoever bags Kalonzo actually bags almost 90% or 70% of those votes. Okay? On this other side, we also have the Mount Kenya region. Okay? That also has quite a good number of votes, almost double what Kalonzo Musyoka can bring onto the table. Okay? So that is where Raila Odinga is hanging in balance. That is why he's trying to make this process open and not to hurt his backyard, okay, where he's been receiving support. Remember, he's been receiving support from Kalonzo Musyoka for many years. Okay, this is the 3rd time that Kalonzo Musyoka stepped down to allow Raila Odinga run as a president. Okay, and at the same time, Raila Odinga has been enjoying the mountain support for quite some time right now. So how do you balance this? How do you balance this? Because if you just wake up and say, I've chosen somebody from Mount Kenya, or I've chosen Kalonzo Musyoka, then there's a probability that you're going to upset one side. So how do you balance this equation without upsetting or destroying the strides that you've already made? Okay? The benefits that you've already received in Mount Kenya and the benefits that you already have from the Kamba Nation. Okay? So how do you balance this? Because when you look at Kalonzo Musyoka, he has all the qualities. He has the experience. He's been a vice president. He's calm, collected. When you look at his weaknesses, it's just he loves flip-flopping here, left, right, and center. Okay?
Yes.
But when you look at Raila Odinga, he's a man who also doesn't flip-flop. He's straightforward. He's been, this is where we are going and this is where, unless it is time to put Kenya first. That's when you'll see Raila Odinga maybe saying, I'm gonna cede my position so that, but let's agree. But now when you look at all these people, look at Sabina Chege, look at Peter Kenneth, look at Munya, look at all these are newbies. They don't have the experience of the office.
Yeah, talking about that, there is a leader allied to Wiper Party who made a statement, and she said that Raila Amolo Odinga anataka kuendea kura ambayo hayuko shua nayo na wache ile ambayo amekuwa nayo kwa muda mrefu. She was talking about the support that Raila has been enjoying from the Ukambani region, and also this brings me to this issue where the Mount Kenya leaders, we saw Raila Amolo Odinga recently saying that the leaders who will not put the picture of Raila Odinga in their posters ama waki-campaign hawamkampainie, they will not receive the fundings for the from Azimio coalition. But these leaders from Mount Kenya who are in Azimio la Umoja are saying that ni ngumu ukikampainia Raila Mount Kenya unajiharibia wewe mwenyewe. So they are trying to campaign for themselves and leave the presidential candidate. Do you think that the leader, the Wiper allied leader, the lady, was true by saying that unawacha ile ambao uko sure na unaendea ile ambao hauko sure?
I don't think that's true. I don't think a whole Azimio One Kenya coalition can be guided by assumptions. Okay, it can't be guided by confused people.
And why are Kenya leaders distancing themselves from?
You really need to see. You really need to name those Mount Kenya leaders because let me tell you this. Yes. Let me tell you this. Whenever a statement is made during electioneering period, okay, you really need to do your due diligence and background check of the person talking.
Yes.
Okay, there are people who talk and you just don't waste your time listening. Okay, it's politics at the end of the day. Who knows if they have not been paid to do that, to say that. So what I'm trying to say is that the structure of either Kenya Kwanza or the structure of Azimio One Kenya coalition is not a structure of confused people.
Yes.
Okay. They don't just wake up and say, you know, from today we want this to happen. You don't just sleep over and get a dream like maybe the way Sabina Chege said that God talked to her and asked her not to vie for any elective seat. Okay, that is not the way you make decisions in politics. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not refuting that God can talk to you, but he can also give you a process on how to do things. But right now, when she said that right now we are seeing her name is on the list of people who want to become aspirants, the deputy president aspirants in Azimio One Kenya coalition.
That is not an elective seat.
It is not. It is. You have to be elected. It's one ticket. It's one ticket. It's one ticket. You are elected. Both of you. You're elected. When they elect the president, it's you. It's presidency.
Yes.
Okay. So look at the people that are talking. Sometimes there are people who talk too much. I don't listen. Okay. I listen to somebody that has a track record of being a leader. Okay.
Yes.
And during this time where media is all over, anyone can say anything. And putting the picture of Raila Odinga on a poster and saying that it's not selling in Mount Kenya and stuff like that, and then the next thing you see Raila Odinga in Mount Kenya and with big crowds and and then you see big leaders endorsing Raila Odinga, you really wonder what is going on when somebody says that when I put the poster there, the picture on the poster, things are not selling. Okay. I think it's just politics at the end of the day. Treat it as mediocre politics, okay?
Yes.
And that's it. This, if Uhuru Kenyatta is the kingpin of Mount Kenya and he has said Raila Tosha, okay?
Then all the region will be behind Raila.
Trust you me, I've always said that never, you if you don't understand Mount Kenya politics, by the way, you would go with the euphoria over what you hear on media.
But I want to remind you, there is a time here on PLG Politics, Leadership and Governance. You said that 6 months to the general elections, Mount Kenya region will be together. But still, we have two factions. We're seeing that there is pull and push between Azimio la Umoja and Kenya Kwanza coalition. Do you think that this time maybe the Mount Kenya region will not vote as a block?
It depends with how you interpret it together. Okay? Depends with how you're going to interpret Mount Kenya being together. Mount Kenya has never been divided. Trust you me. These people, if you don't understand their politics is a politics of development, the politics of protecting their investments. Okay? Mount Kenya region is a region and are people who love to do business. Okay? And they have tested power. They started power in Kenya. I mean, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, when everyone else was still sleeping in 1930s and 1920s, the Mount Kenya people were getting degrees and masters. Okay? So they do understand power and they know the benefits of power. Okay? So they can be united to get power. Either way through Kenya Kwanza or Azimio One Kenya coalition. So don't be fooled by seeing the Mount Kenya people in Kenya Kwanza and seeing Mount Kenya people it's exactly. You've seen what happened in Nairobi. Who is the running mate for Sakaja? It's someone from Mount Kenya.
Yes.
Who is the flag bearer of Azimio? From Mount Kenya. Either way, what does Mount Kenya get? Nairobi.
Position, yeah.
Okay? And so don't be fooled. So when you look at that scenario and say Mount Kenya is divided, you're getting it wrong. Mount Kenya is not divided. Either way, they will be in power, whether in Kenya Kwanza or Azimio One Kenya coalition, and that is not division. That is not division. They know how to negotiate. Okay, it's from experience. And so when you talk about, there are regions that don't understand power. Okay,
like Western Kenya.
Of course, Western Kenya doesn't fully understand what power means. Okay, but we have two tribes, that is Kalenjin and Kikuyu, or let's say Mount Kenya and Rift Valley, who really deeply understand power. They don't play politics of mdomo. They play politics of power. Okay? Yes. Either way, they have to be in power. And you see the Kamba nation is coming in strongly and say, come what may, we must be in power. They understand power. Not to abuse it, but they know the benefits of being in power. Okay? So other regions have not really tested the sweetness of power. And I don't mean police saluting at you and that kind of abusing power, sasa sisi tuko sisi ndio serikali utatuambia. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about development. I'm talking about the sweetness of having a structure that can deliver development in a region. Okay?
Yes.
And having this conducive, enabling environment for your people to do business. And when I talk about power, I'm talking about political power, and I'm also talking about the economic power. Okay?
Yes.
And so the other time I was talking about the economy, like the manufacturing, I don't know if you can get that and maybe play it one day. When you talk about power, when you say Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya, it is not that one building that you're seeing, big building that qualifies Nairobi to become the capital city. Okay? It is not that one road that leads to Kawangware that qualifies Nairobi to become the capital city. It is not even Thika superhighway that qualifies Nairobi to become the capital city. There are so many things involved. So many things involved. And those so many things involved are only fully understood by Mount Kenya people and Rift Valley people. And now the Kamba nation also has understood all those things. Okay?
Yes.
And so these other regions, they need to invest. Okay? They need to invest in gaining power. The leaders in these other regions, they should stop doing what we call political merchandising. Okay? Where you gather your people and sell them to a bigger party. Okay?
Yes.
And hata Moses Kuria alikataa kuuza party. Na ni party ndogo sana. Ni ndogo lakini anakuambia sikupei. I'm not selling anything. But you see these other regions, they would form a party to then sell it to a bigger party. Okay?
Yes.
They would sell it. You've seen how many parties have come up just in the last 6 months. So many small parties left, right and center. Where? In the regions that don't understand power.
Yes.
Okay? Other regions need to invest in power. So when you say unity, unity for what? Unity of purpose. Mount Kenya has a unity of purpose. They know what they want and they want to be in power. So how do we do it? We have one team in Kenya Kwanza and let's have another team in Azimio One Kenya Coalition. At the end of the day, we are in power.
Yeah, true.
That's the game. So when you say that Mount Kenya is divided, you really don't understand what's happening. You've not lived in Kenya. You lived in a dark place, in a hole somewhere. You don't understand. Okay?
Yes, and as we wind up our first part, let's shift back to the issue of running mate's choice. In case Kalonzo Musyoka is not picked as Raila's running mate, what impact will this have in case Kalonzo decides to move and say that, because they are saying that no Kalonzo, no Raila's presidency, what impact will Kalonzo have by exiting Azimio la Umoja and Kenya Coalition? Just a speculation.
That's a direct ticket for William Ruto to State House. And that is why, let me tell you, this is so interesting. You've seen Kenya Kwanza leaders chiding and mocking and flaring up the fire about Kalonzo Musyoka. You've seen them come out so strongly to say, you cannot disrespect Kalonzo Musyoka. You've seen more comment talking about, do you know what they're doing? Either way, William Ruto is a very smart politician, by the way. Let me tell you, if in the event that Raila Odinga chooses Kalonzo Musyoka as a running mate, eventually, they have already chosen who is going to, but this is just protocol. But eventually, when in public it is said that Kalonzo Musyoka is now the running mate of Raila Odinga, either way, Ruto will take credit. Because he said, kama ingekuwa yeye kutetea Kalonzo, hawangemchagua. But that is not their aim. Their aim is to paint a picture of a frustrated Kalonzo Musyoka in Azimio One Kenya Alliance, so that eventually Kalonzo can disown the Azimio and join Kenya Kwanza. That is 4 million votes. 4 million votes for William Ruto. Does William Ruto have votes in Mount Kenya? Yes. Does he have votes in Western? Yes. Does he have Rift Valley? Absolutely. What about the 4 million cool votes from Kalonzo Musyoka? That is a direct ticket. 5 a.m. in the morning, you're sending Ruto into State House. Raila Odinga cannot afford to lose Kalonzo Musyoka. Either way, in fact, insiders say in the agreement that they did, Azimio One Kenya Coalition with Kalonzo Musyoka, it bound Kalonzo Musyoka or anybody from leaving Azimio One Kenya Coalition
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, before and after elections. So that simply tells you that Kalonzo is a very important factor in this game. I remember what I told you that time on PLG. Kalonzo is playing politics ya kupita katikati. You remember when I was talking about eventually you might find Kalonzo, unafika State House Kalonzo na anakufungulia mlango. You remember what I said?
Yes.
And Kalonzo has played it so well. So well. And people laugh at his press conferences and Kalonzo anatupea shida Kalonzo. Then before Kalonzo atulie, Alfred Mutua ameto, watu watatumaliza. But this is the point. Kalonzo knows Ruto very well. Kalonzo knows Raila very well. And he knows Uhuru very well. He knows the exact buttons to press and they all jump up. So right now he has pressed a button and Kenya Kwanza is making all the necessary noise. Okay, he presses another button and Azimio One Kenya Alliance, Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, they all start making the necessary noise. He knows how to play this. He's like that little, beautiful girl there that everyone wants. And today anaweza amua ende date na fulani wa kule Chipo, na atoka kwa wamuulize, naona siku hizi umeenda date na nani, ni kama are you guys going out? He's just a friend. Can I take you out? No problem, let's have coffee. Then she has coffee with another guy. Mwingine anamuona namuuza, I've seen you with so and so. Uliamua sasa uende huko? No, it's just a cool friend, we're just having coffee, no problem. Ansema pia, can I take you out? No problem, let's have lunch. Then the two see them, this guy, you're having lunch, kwani umeamua uturushe sisi uende huko? Kuna, but you guys are my good friends. All of you are my good friends, all of you. That's what Kalonzo is doing, but that's what Kalonzo is doing.
And he has really tried to be relevant in the politics of the country.
That's what he's doing.
Well, much appreciation, Bushebi Jr. for that. I see that our first time is up. Let's just take a quick commercial break. PLG, Politics, Leadership and Governance will be back shortly. My name is Rida Chebet Karim. Continue engaging with us. Facebook, Maisha Television Kenya. Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE. You can also send your feedback, your comments, your views concerning the show on 0746 999 841. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Amazon Gardens. We are located in Mumias in Kakamega County along Bungoma Mumias Road. The garden and hotel is a well set up resort that offers its guests the best of both worlds with a professional staff that ensures all your expectation is surpassed. Amazon Garden is home away from home every season with offers of delicacies that awakens all your senses. You can secure exquisite experiences at Amazon Gardens with additional offers in accommodation and conference facilities and a conducive environment. We have study rooms and all guest rooms in the hotel are equipped with a flat screen TV. The hotel also has a baby's swimming pool of its own kind. We also have a continental bed and breakfast, outside catering services and conference facilities. Every experience and food is at an affordable price, which simply paints a picture of a conducive environment that is home away from home. Its closeness to the Bungoma Mumias Highway and Kisumu International Airport makes your visit and family's visit easier. There is enough parking space and security is guaranteed. Book us today. Call 0711 592174 or 0759012480. Our social media pages are Amazon Gardens Mumias. Visit us in Mumias Town beside Lexo Petrol Station, Kakamega County, along Bungoma Mumias Road. Welcome to Amazon Gardens.
All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching PLG Politics, Leadership and Governance, and this is definitely Maisha Television. My name is Rida Chebet Karing, and with me in studio is
Bushebi Jr. That's my name. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here again.
Well, Bushebi Jr. is helping me dissect the politics of the country, speculating, analyzing, and predicting what to expect in future. And today we are focusing on the issue of the choice of deputy president, that is the running mates of Raila Amolo Odinga, and also the running mates of deputy president William Samoei Ruto. But majorly we are focusing on Azimio la Umoja because, as you said, the Kenya Kwanza have tried to keep
it a secret.
So it's Azimio la Umoja who have decided to make theirs public, and they are conducting interviews. The Raila Amolo Odinga refused to join. And talking about that, we've seen Kenya Kwanza leaders, even Deputy President William Ruto, up in arms against Azimio la Umoja, saying that they're humiliating Kalonzo Musyoka by making him attend interviews and also being interviewed by his governor. And also we have Junet Mohammed, who is a member of parliament. Do you think that this is a strategy by the Kenya Kwanza leaders, or maybe they're just trying to Kalonzo Musyoka to join them?
Of course, just like I said before you went on to break, I said Kalonzo Musyoka carries almost 4 million votes from the combination. And however much akina Ngilu na kina Mtua watapiga kelele, the fact remains Kalonzo is the kingpin in that nation. Yes. And now somebody who is carrying a bag of 4 million, even 4 million shillings, just assume somebody comes to you with 4 million shillings and says, I want to give you 4 million shillings. How do you think about that? How do you feel about that? Okay, so Kalonzo Musyoka has almost 4 million votes to take to whoever will listen to him. And he knows it.
Yes.
And that is why he's playing the games that I just described before we went to a short commercial break. And so Kenya Kwanza knows the importance of the votes. It's about numbers. Numbers create powers. Okay?
Yes.
So you cannot separate power from numbers. It is what you bring onto the table. At the end of the day, we don't count how many interviews you did. We don't count how many meetings you had. We don't count ni maneno ngapi ulitoa. It is the votes that are counted.
Yes.
Okay? And so somebody who carries almost 4 cool million votes is a darling to either Kenya Kwanza or Azimio One Kenya party. And that is very important for William Ruto, and he knows it. And so what Kenya Kwanza is doing is playing politics with this.
Yes.
Perhaps throw in a hook. We might grab Kalonzo, you know?
Yes.
How about Kalonzo, Ruto Kalonzo ticket? Trust you me, in politics, anything can happen. What about Ruto Kalonzo ticket? Okay, what about it? What about Ruto Mount Kenya ticket, Kalonzo agreeing to come in? You know, just do the mathematics. You know, how many votes do you have in Mount Kenya? How many votes do you have in Western, Coast and stuff like that? Because we know that there are areas Ruto doesn't control votes, although he's campaigning, but it's just some numbers here and there. And so Kamba Nation is now a darling. And William Ruto knows it. And trust you me, Kenya Kwanza is not playing games. This is what Ruto did with Western Kenya. He kept on saying, si huyu mwambie ndugu yenu ya kuje tufanye kazi. Si mwambie hivyo namna huko watakutesa wanakufanya vituko. And people thought it was just, the Ruto that we know and ongea maneno. Then we saw Wetangula and Mudavadi joining Kenya Kwanza, and they formed Kenya Kwanza. Trust you me. This song of Kalonzo joining Kenya Kwanza has been on for the DJ is not stopping. There must be something cooking behind the curtains. Somebody from Kenya Kwanza is talking to Kalonzo Musyoka. Actually, Kalonzo Musyoka will make the decision. I don't think Kalonzo has made a decision yet. I don't think so. Eventually, this man is going to make a decision. And where Kalonzo goes, all those votes will go. And those votes are very important for Kenya Kwanza. If whatever is going on, not pressing so hard and negatively, is Kenya Kwanza button. He's always fighting with Azimio. He's always fighting with Raila. Okay? Kalonzo has not been fighting with Ruto. You've not seen Kalonzo goes and given a chance to speak at the late Kibaki's mass, you know, something like that. And Kenya Kwanza is taking advantage of this. You saw how Murkomen actually even put emotions. You know, they are talking with the emotions over the issue. Yani the way he even describes it, you look at Murkomen and you're like, "Ay, you guy," you know, until. I mean, the way he described one strategy of saying one thing for 1 year, one thing,
until it sticks.
And it seems like it's a script. Situlijenga mabarabara, situmeenda hivi, situkafanya hivi. Huyu mtu akitendawili atatuambia nini? Si mimi ndio nilisaidia Uhuru Kenyatta kuwa president, si nikasaidia yeye kuwa prime minister. That is Makueni. Go to Kakamega. Si nilijenga barabara, si nilifanya hivi. Akamalizana. Go to Mombasa. Sinelijek, as in it's the same thing. Watch William Ruto's, unless President Uhuru Kenyatta says something and then Ruto at little bit changes his tune. But he has one message, and that has been their strategy. They're trying to watu 300 drum up one message, brainwash people until they sing your song. He's doing that to Kamba Nation by this thing that he's calling frustration in Azimio One Kenya coalition.